Good afternoon, everybody. Brian McNamee, EQN Sports, your source for horse sports. I'm here with Emily Konkel, Executive Director of the NRCHA.
Thank you, Brian. Happy to be here.
We are here in Fort Worth. This is the Kalpowar Quarter Horses Celebration of Champions. Are you ready for this?
We're ready. We have already started, so we're underway, and it's a big show for us.
You know, Darren got him through over in the herd work today. He's actually filling in for me right now in our limited open bridle. Garrett Thurner was like a 294.5 over here.
Yep.
Went ahead and got through one.
Yeah.
What did you get a slip over to the herd pen today?
I didn't. I watched on the TV from my office, but yeah, I mean, it was great. It's already kicked off to be a great show. We're seeing big scores just in the prelims, so we're just getting started now.
You know, we're talking about big scores. There's big numbers here.
Yeah.
Like, talk about just the number of entries and the number of horses that are here.
Yeah, so the number of entries, we've got 663 riders. We have 1,018 horses competing. We have nearly 1,800 stalls here. So a lot of people have tack stalls, non-compete stalls, bringing 3-year-olds, so they're getting prepped for the year. But it's a great show.
So those 3-year-olds, we'll see them later in October, most likely.
We'll see them in October. Yep, that'll be their debut for us.
They'll be there at the snaffle bit. So.
Yep.
This is, a lot of people call it the world's greatest horseman, but like this is the world show. This is your Kalpowar Quarter Horses celebration of champions.
Yep.
And so how do you qualify for this?
So for the world show itself, you have to show, for the non-pros and youth, you have to show horse rider combo at least 3 times in any region and earn at least a half a point to get an invite to even come. For the open, it's just the horse has to be shown 3 times in any region and get a half a point. So they have to compete in these classes throughout the year at least 3 times and come home with a check to get an invite.
So the horse can qualify in the open. So
Yep.
So you can jump ride in the open if you're handy enough.
Yep.
Nice.
Yep.
We're going to be crowning 16 world champions this week.
I know.
All the way from the youth. Last year, our youth world's greatest was Nicole Donahue on
Yep.
Very Smart Pearl. Non-pro boxing, Kendra Suling. We're going to be bringing you all of those champions right here from this EQN Sports desk at the NRCHA Celebration of Champions, brought to us by Kalpowar Quarter Horses. Man, there's a lot of these horses that, like, there's a couple of them last year that were SJRs. Starlit Ray with Will Aiken won the non-pro bridle. And then one of my favorites, High Time Shine, SJR High Time Shine, Matt Cook.
Yep.
That he's graduated out of that Derby class, so.
Yeah, so this show is interesting because, so it's Kalpowar Quarter Horses Celebration of Champions, but within it we have the World Championship show, we have the Tres Osos Derby, we have the Mars Equestrian World's Greatest Youth Horseman, and then we have the Western Bloodstock Rachel Ranch World's Greatest Horseman. So there's a lot going on here at the show, so there's always something to see.
So there's literally from the bottom to the top.
Yes.
Non-pro boxing all the way up to the best horses, the bridle horses. Yep. Let's get into those. Let's talk about this world's greatest that we got coming up.
Yep. Yeah, it's a big one this year. So we have 79 in the world's greatest. So that's up from last year. And what's interesting this year is that there's a lot of different horse rider combos that are coming in. You know, typically you see some of these really famous horses that are, you know, household names at this point, but some of those are on reserve right now and they're bringing out these young horses. So we're seeing some 6-year-olds, some 7-year-olds that are taking the field for the first time. So it'll be fun to see, you know, how competitive they are against the best of the best.
Absolutely. You know, typically it seems like the world's greatest horses are usually in their double-digit years, and like you said, we're getting down into 6- and 7-year-olds. Philip Rawls is going to be riding Son of a Mitch.
Yep.
Corey Cushing, another perennial favorite. He's riding WR Iceman. Abby's about the only one that, like, just stuck with it, Abby Phillips.
Yeah, and her and Pepto Style in Time, I think his barn name is Style, but those two is an unbelievable combination. I mean, it's hard to get around them in any of the events, so they'll be one to keep an eye on for sure.
I absolutely love watching them. There's a wide variety of people that have entered this. I mean, you look at you got the Wizard entered, Brad Lund. He's always a favorite, no matter what he's doing with the horse. It doesn't. He could be driving a wagon, and he's going to be a favorite.
Absolutely.
But Erin Tormino, she's been hanging out over at Jackie's some.
Oh yeah, Yeah, she's keeping a rope handy. So the world's greatest, there's 4 elements to it. So they have to do the herd work, which will be first. That's going to be tomorrow. They'll do their rein work. They'll do their steer stopping, and then their cow work. So they have to get through the prelims. They've got to get through 4 runs to be able to come back and do 4 runs in one day. So it's a lot on the horses, and it's a lot on the riders, and it's a mind game if you're not careful.
It is absolutely a mind game. Like we said, Aaron over there with Jackie Hobbs working on her roping. How about Jesse Lennox last year when he ropes his steer and gets him stopped? Like, you've never seen anybody happier than that cutter who just went ahead and steer stopped one.
Absolutely. Well, and this is fun too. So thanks to our sponsors for those go rounds, we've been able to increase the payout for the go round. So it's $20,000 a go round. So First place is $10,000, second is $6,000, and third is $4,000. So if you can place in the top 3 in the go round, you're getting your entry fee back and then some. So I think that's really encouraged some of these guys like the cutters to come play, Cade Rice from the Rope Horse Fraternities to come play. So if you can be up there, it'll pay you.
You know, absolutely. You talked about Cade Rice. He's going to be riding Jungle Cat. Adon Banuelos. Not many people know, but that guy's handy with the nylon as well. He can rope. Then you got some non-pros moving up, like Lanham Brown.
Yeah, and Lanham was actually our world's greatest non-pro this year, and so he's taking a crack at it. And him on that horse, I think his name is, he's a Twisted Bet. They're an unbelievable pair, and those open guys need to watch him.
Absolutely. And then there's the cowboy.
Yep.
Kelby Phillips.
Yep.
Broke his leg out ranching.
Yeah.
He's here showing.
Oh, yeah.
Can't keep him away from it.
No rest for the wicked.
Oh, no. Absolutely not. Well, it's going to be an awesome 2 weeks here in Fort Worth at the Kalpowar Quarter Horses Celebration of Champions. We've got the World's Greatest Horseman brought to us by Rachel Ranch and Western Bloodstock, the Tres Osos Derby, and our World's Greatest Youth Horseman brought to us by Mars Equestrian. Stay right here on NRCHA Facebook. Check out EQN Sports. Turn on those notifications. We'll be back here throughout the course of the 2 weeks talking to not only our sponsors, but each and every one of these world champions that we're going to crown here this week.
Awesome. Thank you guys for being here.
Thanks for tuning in. This is Brian McNamee, EQN Sports, your source for horse sports.